Homeopathic Medication Part 2. Well, dozens of homeopathic institutions appeared in Europe and the United States during the 19th century. During this period, homeopathy was able to appear relatively successful as other forms of treatment could be harmful and ineffective. By the end of the century, the practice began to wane, with the last exclusively homeopathic medical school in the United States closing in 1920. During the 1970s, homeopathy made a significant comeback with the sales of some homeopathic products increasing tenfold. The trend, the trend corresponded with the rise of the New Age movement and maybe in part due to the chemophobia an irrational aversion of the synthetic chemicals and the longer consultation times homeopathic practitioners provided. In the 21st century, a series of meta analyses have shown that the therapeutic claims of the homeopathy lack scientific justification. As a result, national and international bodies have recommended the withdrawal of government funding for homeopathy in healthcare. National bodies from Australia and the United Kingdom, Switzerland, and France, as well as the European Academies, Science Advisory Council, and the Russian Academy of Sciences, have all concluded that homeopathy is ineffective and recommended against the practice receiving any further funding. The National Health Service in England no longer provides funding for homeopathic remedies and asked the Department of Health to add homeopathic remedies to the list of forbidden prescription items. France removed funding in 2021, while Spain has also announced moves to ban the homeopathy and their pseudotherapies from the health centers. Let's talk about the history of homeopathic medication. Homeopathy is the longest established alternative medicines to come out of Europe was created in 1796 by Samuel Hahnemann. Hahnemann rejected the mainstream medicines of the late 18th century as irrational and inadvisable because it was largely ineffective and often harmful. He advocated the use of single drugs at lower doses and promoted an immaterial vitalistic view of how living organisms function. The term homeopathy was coined by Hahnemann and first appeared in print in 1807. He also coined the expression of allopathic medicines, which was used to pejoratively refer to a traditional Western medicine. What is the concept of homeopathy? Hahnemann conceived of homeopathy while translating a medical treatise by Scottish physician and chemist William Cullen into German language. Being a skeptical of the Cullen's theory that cinchona cured malaria because it was bitter, Hahnemann ingested some bark specifically to investigate what would happen. He experienced fever, shivering, and joint pain, symptoms similar to those of malaria itself. From this, Hahnemann came to believe that all effective drugs produce symptoms in healthy individuals similar to those of the diseases that they treat. This led to the name homeopathy, which comes from the Greek olok, homolos, like, and the pathos, suffering. So, homos means like, and pathos means suffering. So, it means the like suffering, the treatment of like suffering is the description, explanation given to homeopathy.